Hi again, everyone. I'm Arthur E. Benjamin, founder of American Dog Rescue, and this is For the Love of Dogs.
And I'm Farrah White. Each week we introduce you to animal rescue organizations in North Texas, each working tirelessly to help control the pet population in our community.
Our first guests have a fondness for a very unusual animal, the Basset Hound. Ann, Paola, and Mark are here on behalf of Basset Rescue across Texas, an organization that saved the lives of over 100 Basset Hounds in the last 2 years. Welcome.
So tell us who you brought with you today and each of their stories.
Well, this is Bishop. He's 1.5 years old. We really don't have a lot of information on him. He was picked up as a stray at the shelter, and that's where we got him.
She is Gigi. It's a beautiful Basset. She's like 3 years old, and she also was found as a stray.
And this is Trudy. She's a Basset mix, we believe, with a Dachshund. We're not sure. She's about 1 year old, and she was an owner surrender. We believe that the family could not take care of her.
Are they all available for adoption?
Yes, they are.
All three of them?
All 3 of them are.
It's a deal. Take all 3 of them.
Yeah, we'll give you a discount. And we also have other dogs, so just come to our website and you can see the other dogs that we have up for available too. And we're bringing one in today.
Oh, nice.
So,
Ann, are you the founder?
yes, I am.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about how you got into animal rescue.
We got a Basset from the shelter in 2002, and he was very young, and I got in touch with a trainer and helped me learn how to train a Basset Hound, because they can be kind of hard to train. And tragically, we had to put him down due to a brain tumor 2.5 years later, and it broke our hearts. So that night, I got onto a rescue site and begged them for a Basset. I kept saying I had to have a Basset to hold. So in 2006, when we got our second dog, I got into rescue at that time. And then I founded Brat in 2011. There were still so many Basset Hounds that were being put down at high kill shelters. So we've been around now for 2.5 years, and we've saved over 110 dogs in that short time.
That is great. And you felt like there was a need for an actual Basset rescue.
Yes, there are other rescues also that save Bassets, but there are so many. Sometimes you can have anywhere from 15 to 25 Bassets in a shelter at any one time.
Really?
And it was just too much for one rescue or 2 rescues to handle. So since there were still so many being put down, I thought we've got to start another rescue.
Got to do something.
And we did that.
So tell us a little bit about the breed.
They're wonderful family dogs, but people get the misimpression that all they do is lay down and sleep and lay back. They can be very active. So we really recommend that you do take them to obedience classes or bring in a trainer in your own home. And if they're young, they really need a lot of exercise, because like you can see with Trudy being young, she's wanting to go. So they do have a lot of energy. Their ears are so heavy that they trap moisture down inside. So you need to get an ear cleaning solution from your vet and put drops in their ears at least once a week to dry out the moisture. Otherwise, they can grow yeast. Also, their nails are very thick and gnarly, and so they need to be clipped short every month. And Bassets notoriously hate their feet being touched. So what I do with my crew is I just take them all to the vet and have them all do their nails at the same time. Kind of like a spa day.
Yeah, a spa day.
Yeah.
Now, who is Winnie?
Winnie was one of our dogs. We do whatever is necessary for the dogs, whether it's surgery or MRIs or CAT scans or heartworm treatment. And she was confiscated in a puppy mill raid. And she was in horrible shape. She had mange and fungal infections. All of her front teeth were worn down to nothing because she had tried to bite through the wire at the cage to get out. But more importantly, her mammary glands, she had been overbred so much, they just dragged to the floor. And at first we thought it was a huge tumor, but it wasn't. I think we had pictures of her on there. She had to endure an 8-hour surgery. It cost us over $3,000 just for the surgery alone. But after they did it, she was just a completely different dog. And the vet said that she was just running around the office and happy and jumping. And so you can tell that she really had better quality of life. So from that.
What's your biggest need right now?
Donations and foster families. Without those two things, it really stops us from bringing more dogs in. So you can go to our website, you can send us checks, you can go on PayPal, any way you want to donate, you know, we need that. And if you do want to be a foster family, all you need to do is go to our website and apply.
That's not.
And what is some of the criteria that you need in fosters?
Really, they just provide the love. We provide all the medical care, but it helps that they know the breed and that they can kind of teach the dog basics, you know, like, you know, sit down, walking well on a leash, something to get them prepared to go into an adoptive home or a house training. Some of our dogs have never been in a home before, and so house training is really necessary. So, and we're there to help them. Many of us and Brad have been in rescue and with Basset Hounds for a long time. So we're there to help our new fosters through any problem that they might have.
Do you do any fundraising events or anything?
Yes, we do. In fact, we're at PetSmart in Plano, the one off of Dallas Tollway and Park in Plano. We're there the first and third Saturday of each month, and then we're at the one in Allen off of Stacy Road on the first Saturday of each month. And then we have our huge annual Bratpalooza that's usually in May, and it's usually at the Frisco Commons Park. And we have a big raffle, and we have fun contests like howling contests and longest ears and biggest paws, and then we have all our alumni come and we do a Basset stroll around the park so you can see all the dogs that we've had adopted out and things. So it's a lot of fun.
What's this about a 2014 Brat calendar?
Yeah.
I'll let Mark talk about that.
Okay.
In 2014, we're going to have our second calendar featuring our Brat dogs, and our adoptive families have bid on each of the months so to have their their dog featured on there.
Look,
and then we should have them at the beginning of November
Great
for sale.
pictures.
But we're doing a pre-sale right now that can be done on our website. You can either get it off of our eBay page or email us directly on that.
That's fun. Well, that's got to be hopefully a good fundraiser as well for you. Do you do one every year? You
Yes,
planning
we
on
do.
It?
Yep.
And you just had your second birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you. We open on May the 15th, 2011.
Well, congratulations. That is truly, and they're amazing animals. Learn more about Basset Rescue Across Texas online at BassettRescueAcrossTexas.org.
Is this okay?
Or you can also call 972-798-2343 or email info@BassettRescueAcrossTexas.org.
Still to come, would you like to know how to care for your dog in an emergency? Most people would. Next, we'll show you some life-saving tips to help you save your dog in such an incident. And so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and Bandit's going to personally teach you how to save your dog.
Every year, families in North Texas unknowingly spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in support of neglect, abuse, and disease. When you buy a puppy from a parking lot or flea market, you could be supporting the cruelty of puppy mills that profit from dogs bred in abusive conditions. Help us stop the cycle. To learn how, go to spca.org/no-puppy-mills and take the Puppy Pledge.
My name is Teresa. This is Scooter.
My name is Amber. This is Duke.
I'm Dr. Dixon, and this is Annie.
I'm Emily. This is Jackson. I'm Kelsey, and this is Skittles.
My name is Miko. This is Chloe.
My name is Ty. This is Callie.
My name is Tamar. This is Simon.
My name is Renee. This is Snowball.
My name is Dr. Miller. This is Fletcher.
My name is Eric. This is Sport.
My name is Stacy, and this is Britches.
And I'm a pet lover first.
And I am a pet lover first.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back. Do you know what safety measures you should take with your dogs around the holidays? Or what to do if your dog was poisoned? These are just a few life-saving skills our next guest can teach you. Beth Bowers with Pet Tech is here with Ernie, the Pet CPR demo dog, to tell us what we need to know about keeping our dogs safe, especially around the holidays. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us and bringing Ernie.
Absolutely. We're happy to be here.
Now, how did Ernie get this job?
Ernie was kind of grandfathered in. I had a Basset Hound Great Pyrenees who's been my CPR dog for a long time, and he unfortunately passed away this year. So I've been working with Ernie over the last couple of years to. He has a great personality, and he does exactly what I ask him to do most of the time. So he helps me with the class and great demeanor. So. He's perfect for it.
He does seem to be perfect for it. He's on this table, man. Now, was he ever in a life-threatening situation?
He has not been, thank goodness. Thank goodness, but I attribute that to preventing most of the emergencies.
Sure.
A lot of my classes are mostly about prevention. So most of my students end up not usually having to use CPR,
right,
which is obviously ideal for everybody.
The goal, yeah.
So most of the time it's mostly just preventing it, and there's a lot of things that you can do throughout the year, but especially around the holidays, to prevent emergencies from happening, because that's obviously the last thing you want over the holidays is
sure,
to deal with.
To have to deal with something like that.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us a little bit about Pet Tech and what all you do.
Well, Pet Tech is the company who I'm trained through.
Mm-hmm.
They are the premier pet first aid and CPR training in the world. They are in multiple countries. We've got instructors all over the country. So if people aren't from Dallas, if they're out of town or anything like that, you can find an instructor near you. I own a company called Dallas Pet CPR and First Aid. Nice. And so I teach lots of educational programs, including the Pet Tech programs here.
Okay, and I understand that you are one step away from becoming a master instructor?
I am. Hopefully that will happen in December. So
nice.
I'll be the first one here in the South, in Texas at least, and then most of the South. There's another master instructor in Florida, but there's only 11 master instructors in the country.
In the United States?
Actually, in the world.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're excited about that. And so we'll be able to certify other instructors. So anybody that's interested in teaching, I'll be teaching them. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And I understand that you do seminars.
We do. We do several seminars. I set up there's a lot of rescue programs. I'm a huge rescue advocate. So we teach seminars to volunteers and fosters and people that just want to come. So those are free. I teach a seminar called Knowing Your Pet's Health, and then hiking and walking with your pets, how to have fun and be safe on the trails. So people that want to get out and hike or take long extended walks with their dogs. But my big class that I teach is the Pet First Aid and CPR. It's called the Pet Saver, and it has everything you ever wanted to know in it. So it's a great class. We have a lot of fun. It's long, but it has a ton of information in it.
Well, and I'm sure literally life-saving information.
Yes, absolutely.
And you've got a big event coming up. Is it the 17th of November?
One of my next classes is the 17th, yeah.
Okay.
So we're still taking some registrations for it.
Oh, good.
And so there's still some room. So you can just go to my website and register and save your seat. It's definitely a class you want to take before the holidays. You want to know this, because most of my students that end up joining because something happened and they didn't know what to do. So it's really much, much better if you join, obviously, beforehand and get the information, so that you can either prevent or you can act on your way to the vet.
So with the holidays coming up, what are some of the potential risks?
Well, a lot of people don't they don't understand that when visitors and family and stress comes into their life around the holidays, unfortunately, that's kind of what the holidays have become to a lot of people.
Sure.
And so when that happens, more dangers are put into place and more risks to your pet. And unfortunately, pets sometimes will take the back burner to family and guests and parties and gifts and you know, and travel plans and all of those kind of things. So it's really important to remember your pets are important during this holiday. When you're stressed, they feel stressed too. So a lot of times they'll act out in weird ways, like getting into things. So if you have visitors coming into town, please make sure that you're an advocate for your pet and either put them away into a back bedroom or a kennel if they have a kennel, and make sure that you're able to control them. You know, visitors and family and friends, they'll sneak something to them that you wouldn't normally give them. It can upset their stomach.
Yeah.
But there's other dangers too, like a lot of chocolate toxicity, a lot of poisons. Like we had two, one of my clinics, we had two Aussies come in, and their grandmother had come in out of town and had opened her suitcase in the upstairs, not thinking anything of it, right? And the two dogs had gotten into, one of the two dogs had gotten into her pill vials, her medications.
Gosh.
And so we didn't know which one, so we had to make both of them vomit and induce vomiting. And so we figured out which one, which was actually the opposite of what the family thought. They thought the other one had done it. And so anyway, we were able to induce vomiting, and the dogs were fine. And so, but it's just not something you would normally think. You would not think to get your medications out.
Well, show us some of these life-saving tips.
Well, one of the things that we can do is on a regular basis do a snout-to-tail assessment.
Okay.
So a snout-to-tail assessment is crucial to look over your pet, snout to tail, with intent and purpose. And when you do that, you will catch things that are abnormal for your pet. You want to learn what's normal and what's not normal for your pet.
Okay.
So for Ernie, we're going to get him to stand up here.
Stand up, Ernie. You can do it.
Thank you, mister. So we're going to start here at the nose. And with the nose, we're going to look and see the nose is not, it's okay.
Okay. He's
No,
like,
but
I'm fine.
Come on, come on.
Fine.
I know. So when you look at the nose, you're going to see if it's too dry or too cracked. You don't want wet. You don't want it too wet so that there's a discharge.
Right.
You don't want it too dry that it's cracked. You'll then move up to the snout. Okay. Make sure that you put your hands all over the snout, looking for any bumps or lumps that are not normal for him. Then you'll look at the mouth. Okay. You'll open up his gums. You're going to look at the gum color. You're going to look at the teeth. You want bubble gum pink gums and white teeth, obviously. Ernie's due for his dental, so he's got some tartar on his teeth. But then you're going to look inside of the mouth, and so you're going to open the mouth all the way up, okay, and look inside of the mouth. Labs and dogs that love sticks will sometimes get things caught in the roof of their mouth. So your dogs need to be really familiar with you putting your hands on your dogs all the way. All over.
And then what about their backs?
So we're going to move. You look at their eyes. You look at their head. Any yellowing can be a sign of jaundice or liver problems. Come on, Ernie. Up. We're going to flip you over, baby. Over. There we go. Thank you. So we'll look at his ears, and you want to look at both ears, not just one. So you're going to smell the ears too, make sure there's no signs of infection.
Okay.
You'll move down the back, okay? You're going to brace and move down the back here, okay? Looking for any lesions, bumps, pain, tenderness, sores, ulcers. You do not want to miss a bump, okay? Because cancer is one of those really, really big problems in dogs.
Sure.
And you can easily have it looked at, and it may be nothing.
So even a small bump is something that you should probably check out.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, Beth, we've run out of time.
It's okay.
But thank you so much for coming.
Of course,
and thank you so much, Ernie, for coming. And remember, if you want to take part in Beth's upcoming safety class, which I highly recommend, it's on Sunday, November 17th at the Dogs Loft on Oaklawn. And you can also visit her website for more information, especially since we didn't get to finish the demonstration. So go to DallasPetFirstAid.com or visit her on Facebook. And Ernie even has his own Facebook page. So up next, our rescue story of the week.
Hi, I'm Sheryl Crow, and I'm a musician and a mother, and this is Buttercup. She's also a mother, but not by choice. She's a survivor of a puppy mill. Buttercup spent her life in a dirty wooden hutch, forced to produce litter after litter. She never went to a veterinarian or a groomer. She never had a soft spot to rest or a kind touch. She existed this way in cruel isolation year after year. Puppy mills are mass production factories where mother dogs suffer their entire lives, producing nearly 100% of puppies sold in pet stores and on the internet. When these dogs are no longer able to produce, they are often destroyed. Buttercup's nightmare ended the day Animal Rescue Corps saved her life. She finally knows what it means to have a loving family, but for the millions of dogs suffering in the estimated 15,000 puppy mills across the United States, this nightmare continues. Animal Rescue Corps and I ask you to visit your local shelter or rescue when choosing your next animal companion. You will not only be saving a life, you will be helping put an end to this cruel industry. Please go to animalrescuecorps.org to learn more about ending puppy mills. Buttercup and I thank you.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake. So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back. Today's Animal Rescue Story of the Week comes to us from Bassett Rescue across Texas. We welcome Melissa and Peyton Clifton.
They rescued Bennett, who's here with them today, from a really bad situation and are here to tell us that story. Now, can you set the stage for us? What exactly had happened and how did you find Bennett?
Well, it all started when an old owner had Bennett and used him as a bait dog against a couple other pit bulls. And that's how he got the holes in his ears.
So they actually used him to help teach pit bulls how to fight.
Yeah, and luckily, I guess a neighbor had heard the commotion and was able to contact someone that was able to stop it before, you know, they finished him off, basically.
Well, he's clearly a very dangerous animal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's incredible. Do you think they got him for specifically that use?
It seems to be that way, because after all of that happened, they ended up abandoning the house and leaving him and I think a rat terrier tied to a tree with no food or water.
Oh, how terrible.
Yes. So, and then that's how Brat rescued him, and that's how we found out about Brat and about Bennett, and we now volunteer and foster other dogs like him.
How long have you had Bennett?
A little over a year now.
Did you know you wanted him right away?
Pretty much. As soon as you saw the holes in his ears, she wanted him because he was so cute.
Now, had he already healed from those injuries when you met him?
His ears were all healed. He was heartworm positive, so we did have to go through all the treatment for him for that. But for the most part, his injuries from before were healed when we got him.
Did you have any reservations at all?
No, really not. I mean, he's just always been so sweet. And he's so good around other dogs and people. You would think he'd be a little more skeptical, but he's really good. And Peyton loves
How's he
him.
doing now? Has he recovered?
He looks pretty good.
Yeah, he likes to sleep a lot now. Inside.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fun.
Yes.
So what other kinds of dogs do you rescue?
Just Basset Hounds right now.
So you foster Bassets?
Yes.
So what has he particularly meant to your family?
He was our first baby together, so he's just our little lover boy.
Well, he is a sweet, sweet
He is
dog
a
and a
lover
big,
dog. He is
beautiful
a
dog.
lover boy.
That is such a sad scenario
Yes.
when people use other animals for bait dogs. It's just that situation alone bothers me more.
It does.
Than the majority.
I think
of
that's
the,
what provoked us to adopt him, is his story. We wanted to help him, give him a good life.
Well, he's doing great. He looks like the most loving family dog.
He is. And he even gets along with all of our other fosters, so.
How nice.
Well,
How
he's
many,
lucky to have you, and you're lucky to have him.
He is. Yeah. How many fosters do you think you have at one time?
We just usually have one other foster with him.
Nice.
At once. And the foster we have now, we will probably adopt now.
Really?
So, yes.
Oh.
We are. Well, we have to wait for him to finish his treatments.
Oh, well, that is so sweet. And you did such a good job telling that story.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
It's
you both for
important.
being here.
Yeah, well, it's important for people to hear that kind of stuff.
It is. Thank you for having us.
Especially kids, because they can spread the word.
Yeah, you love him, don't you?
Yes, I love him very much.
Oh.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank Ann, Melissa, and Peyton for sharing Bennett's story, and thanks to Beth for teaching us how to keep our dogs safe, especially during the holidays. And
you can always find out more about For the Love of Dogs and our different shows, past and future, online at AmericanDogRescue.org.
And Bandit says, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and for
YouTube.
all of us, and YouTube, and for all of us at For the Love of Dogs, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.